we're just gonna go ahead and hit the live button. And I think still to this day, it'll eventually work out. But
Oh,
Crowdcast is
definitely.
it's got this weird delay. You saw the last one that we did, right? It goes right
Yeah,
in.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think little banter in the beginning. Maybe pique people's interest. Like, what were they talking about just 10 seconds
Yeah.
before? Absolutely nothing, guys. Listen, this is a sketch of strategy number 5. We're still working out how we're going to do this. It's really just me. I
Yeah.
want to follow up with the people that I'm working with, and right now they're just friends. I don't have any big wigs yet, but eventually we will. Hey, Brian, we're going to have some big
Eventually.
wigs. Yeah,
Yeah,
eventually.
man. I'm gonna be a big wig too, man. What are
Of
you talking about?
course, man. Of course. And
Yeah.
so, these little sessions I'm doing now,
Yeah.
I'd be able to charge you 3 times as much,
Yeah, and I'll be able to pay you.
but 3 times of 0 is 0. So it's still pro bono.
That's right now. That's only right
Right
now.
now. Right.
That's it.
So, but listen, man,
you've actually been doing these sessions with pre-big wigs.
You know what? I like that. Because that's exactly what it has been.
That's what it is. Yeah.
We gonna yeah. Just so y'all know, that's a little plug-in. If you want to be a pre-big wig, y'all better hop on the strategy talks.
I like that.
So today we're gonna be talking about design. Oh, you see how how it got a little clear there? That's kind of a cool effect. It's kind of cool. I kind of like that. But we're designing not graphics. We're not designing user experiences. We're designing the value, or we're going to pick up from where we left off with Brian. Okay, so for those of you that are just that have not seen the previous sketch of strategy, first of all, welcome. I'm Chris Bartley. This is Theodore B. Brown. The B is for Brian. I know him as Brian.
Yes.
He's Ace Boo Coon. He's the guy out here, media consultant for Third Avenue Studios. Now they are a nice boutique. When I say nice, I don't mean like quaint. I mean like nice as in like their quality. Quality's nice, right? So high quality video production down here in Miami, Florida. And yeah, I've got all of your information. If you need more information though, feel free to reach out to Brian. He can update his username and he'll put it in his username there too, and whatnot. Yeah. But okay, all of that to say, we're gonna get right into the sketch of strategy for today. Now, guys, we first started out talking about value proposition, but then you remember, Brian, what we ended up doing was we ended up going into your values part, because we thought we would get into the what your product is and then how it alleviates the pain, boosts the benefits versus the competitors, and we're going to get there. But we started using a set of cards for brand archetyping, and brand archetyping was so important because it all of them usually have a set of strengths and weaknesses that that kind of come with the personality or the persona. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I don't think I have it on my screen, but I do know that we decided to choose the captain.
The captain.
Right? That's what we decided to choose. And let's see here. So pull out the pen right quick and see if we can. Okay. So originally, we looked at the values, which originally were feeling, engagement, and scale. And we realized that wasn't really values for the customer as much as it was for what you want them to do. It was more like, the actions that you wanted them to take or to engage with. So we realized with the captain's persona, and I assume I'm going to say that this was the captain's persona right here.
Yeah, trust, vision, courage, empowerment.
Yeah, vision, courage, and empowerment. Now, here's the cool thing. The cool thing is that some of these values kind of aligned with each of the pieces that you were wanting them to kind of connect with, which is great. So then we kind of fleshed it out a little bit more, where we have, once again, trust, vision, courage, and empowerment. And this was just an example of a value proposition statement. The value proposition statement goes like this: our blank, which is our product or service, helps the target customer who needs or desires whatever this is by reducing a particular pain and increasing a particular benefit. So we then just came up with an example here. We create videos that build trust and give your audience the courage to take action. I'm not even sure how I was able to read my own handwriting there. And then we also said, we give you the courage to create magic. So that was like the example. Now, before we go, did you have any time to kind of ruminate over some of this? If not, that's okay. But
I didn't.
Okay. But cool, that's all right. You know, clients like that is what will make me rich. Know that, right? Like, that's okay.
So we had a tropical storm to kind of like prepare for. And I had to get all that stuff together.
You're right. Yes. Okay. I give you a pass because this is Yep. You're right.
But yeah. Those are clients you want. Yeah.
Did you do the work? No, I didn't.
No. That's an extra session. Yeah. Yeah. I know it.
Now, hey, just to be clear, you do want the client to put in the work, but this is a different kind of session here, guys. So you don't want the lazy clients. And by all means, Brian is not a lazy client. Brian's not even a client. He's just a friend, and we're just working this out.
Yeah.
So man. The whole goal is you guys should be able to resonate, and don't come to me for any of this stuff because you can do it yourself. But you may not have the time to do it yourself. And that's why you'd come to somebody like me to figure it out for you. Okay. Or with you, I should say. So here's what we're going to do, B. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this statement once more. Yeah. Because this is what we want to focus on. But how do we get here? How do we start figuring out your values? Now, we talked about this idea of courage, vision, trust, and empowerment. But how do we translate that into something? Well, I think what you need to do is we need to go into this a little bit deeper. Now, I call this, well, it's not really what I call it, but it's called the what is it called? There's a particular term for it. It's a value map.
Value map.
You'd have thought that I would have figured that out. So the value map looks like this. It's a square. Brian, you've seen this before. And there's a present in the middle. And there's a little bow on top. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay. All right. We're just going to keep it moving here. And what you're looking at here is there are gains. There are pains. This is the pill for the pains. Like, what are you trying to alleviate? And then this third piece here is the actual, it's like the job to be done. No. Wait. No, it's not the job to be done. It's your, guys, I'm struggling here for some reason. It is the job to be done, but it's the most important job. So the actual piece that they have here is, it kind of looks like a barcode. And like there's this bell at the top. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So here we go, guys. Now, I know this is interesting. What I want to talk about first is the actual thing that you're going to be providing for the customer. So this is you, okay? All of this is what you are. This is Third Ave.
Okay.
There's another map that's dealing just with the customer, and I think they call that the empathy map. Guys, there's so many different maps, so that's how come you hear me talking about, well, I think, I don't know, because there's so many. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know all of these by heart. At one point I did, but after a while you got so many different paradigms in your mind, eventually you just got to go ahead and reference these things. So this is one that I love using, though, that I enjoy using because it's so simple and straightforward. The value map is for you. The empathy map is for understanding the customer. So let's deal with you first, all right? And then eventually you got to match the two together. What's the thing that you're going to be giving them, Brian? What's the main thing?
The main.
Oh wait, did I do all of that without? Oh,
yes. I
okay.
was.
Well, there it is. I gotta
Yeah,
pay
yeah, yeah,
attention
yeah, yeah.
here. Okay. So this would be you right here. This would be your we're right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the gains, what you'd be
Yeah.
increasing. This is what you'd be decreasing. This is like the pill here, the pain reliever. And then this is your, where we are, the actual value that you're bringing. The main thing.
Gotcha. Okay. So what we provide, well, the first thing is we're definitely providing a solution. That's what we want, which is,
Okay.
I guess, we're trying to relieve that pain. So we provide online. We provide content. That's what it is.
Okay.
We provide content.
And now let's get specific.
Go ahead.
What kind of content?
Yeah. So most of the content that we provide is video.
There we go.
Yeah.
So provide videos. Is there anything else outside of videos that you do provide?
I guess it would be. Go ahead. Well, no, we provide different strategies.
Okay.
Yeah, because we just don't like, okay, here's a video. There it is. You can use it. That's kind of, I did not want to do that. I wanted to be something more than that. It's kind of like goes way back from, and you already know the story, when I was just kind of like doing a lot of graphic design, helping people with their website, and then we give it, I would give it to them, and totally, it's yours here. So it's like we provide a strategy so that when we do give you this video, you can use it effectively to achieve the different goals that you're trying to achieve with them, whether it be engagement, people purchasing something, people going to a website, whatever it is.
Okay, good. So we've got content strategy and videos. So those are like the important jobs that they don't call it here jobs to be done. That's on the empathy map. This is more so just important jobs that that you provide, that they do have to, obviously get done, but on your end, these are important jobs that you are doing. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got videos, content strategy. Now, what does that do as far as alleviating pain? And I think you alluded to some of it just now, but what do you reduce? This really does connect to the empathy map, but we're not really thinking about them right now. Usually you're supposed to, but that's okay. I want to start with what you actually do, your observations that you've made. What, like at the end of the day, somebody comes in, like you come in and they're like, oh my gosh, thank you, because we couldn't have done blank, blank, blank without you. Or, this was just so much of a headache for us. What are those things? That's what we're going to put in that lower quadrant right here.
All right. So with video being a big thing now, that's what we give. We give a lot of video and direction in how to use video to promote your business, whatever that is, product, services, trying to get more leads, whatever. So we provide that.
Okay.
That's what we're giving. And that's the pain that we are trying to help you alleviate, because video is huge right now. With a lot of people using video. That's what we're doing right now. A lot of people are using video. So it's like, we want to reduce the stress, reduce that confusion on how to use it, and even why to use it.
So reducing stress. Let's go here. Now we do have here. Okay, I'm gonna put here stress. There are gonna be some things that we're gonna. What makes them so stressful? And you know what? Actually, instead of putting it here, let me erase that, and I'm gonna add you. Put it out here. What stress? What kind of stress?
What's that stress of not knowing where to start?
Okay.
Not knowing if you're using it effectively, efficiently, if it's actually going to produce the results that you're looking for. Because again, everybody knows that, well, not everyone knows, but video is huge. A lot of
Yeah.
people are using it. A lot of people are starting to gravitate to it because we're seeing how much how much of an uptick in engagement that you can get by using video. But
Okay.
it's oddly enough, it's not just any video. You know, that just goes with pretty much anything with on Instagram. When once companies started jumping on Instagram, just like, well, why is company A doing so much better than company B? We're all putting things on social media. We're all using Instagram. How come things aren't working the way it is for company A as it is for company B? Because I wouldn't say there's rules to it, but there's a method to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about stress, I guess maybe analytics. And that's like it's so broad as well. But okay, where to start? And anything else? What do people what do they hate doing? What do they hate doing when it comes to just creating content, especially when it comes to videos? Maybe hate is a strong word, but yeah, what is that?
It's actually just coming up with the content. That's what people and I would say that is probably, I mean, we use the word stress. That is actually what some people stress about. I mean, there's so many different articles and examples on the web. If you Google it, just content creation, there's so much, man. There's just so much on the type of content. Should it be images? What about quotes? Should it be video? It's so much, man. And there are people that like, yo, I can't do all of this. How am I going to do all of this? So yeah.
So analytics, quality, even consistency. Okay.
Consistency is big.
Okay, so I'm gonna add these in here then. So you relieve this the anxiety of content creation and so not only creating the content, but just for sake right now, and measuring the data, right? Measuring the stats. Let's put it that way. Okay, cool. So what would you boost? What are you boosting? Like, what is the quality that's it's a benefit to them already, but now you want to increase that that desire that they have, or the benefit from actually having these videos in place. So let's say that you have a client, and a client says, hey, listen, we need a campaign, You go through the process with them, and you say, okay, this is what's going to be the best strategy for you to promote or to brand this particular product that they have. The project is done. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much. This was great. You allowed us to blank. What would that be?
With the clients that we have already worked with, they've all said the same thing. You just allowed us to let go of this and let it be handled by someone that actually knows what they're doing. And that might be a small subset because of course, with so many people kind of using, not even kind of, but so many companies, brands, everybody is using social media and video now. Sometimes people just want better quality.
Right.
And you know, we have here consistency. That's another thing. Sometimes they want that consistency, and that's from Instagram stories to just normal posts to YouTube videos, Snapchat videos, and of course now TikTok videos.
So much.
Yeah, and when I say it's a lot, it really is a lot. So strategy is a big part of that.
Okay.
Strategy and consistency is a big part of it.
So when they say they're letting go,
mm-hmm.
and you said, you know, the hands are off of the content strategy, what does that allow them to do more of?
I focus on other things, focus on the business side of things.
Okay.
Focus on communicating with their already customers.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on building relationships with new customers. It just allows them to focus on other parts of the business.
Yeah.
That coming up with the strategy and coming up with the images or video or the content kind of takes away from them.
Okay. So that's one piece where there's more this freedom. There's more time to actually build, run their business. But let's talk about the direct benefit of the actual videos now. What does that look like? So now that they have more time, you know, to do other things, like, we don't have to worry about the content. But what does now the content do for the business, or maybe just that particular campaign? What does that boost for them?
So I mean that's going to be on like a campaign to campaign, company to company.
So let's do it this way. Let's categorize. Would you say that the majority of the video production that the team has done so far has been around products, or has it been around brand storytelling? Has it been around, like, what has been like the consistent, at least right now, just for the sake of this particular map?
Well, in consistency, it's been two things. And it has been about product and about brand awareness, let's call it. Moving into an example would be real estate agents or even real estate brokerages that we work with. They want brand recognition, brand building, brand awareness with their videos.
Okay.
And then we have worked with, you know, several different products, from hand soaps to watches to planners.
Okay.
So those are the two things that I would say have to be more consistent.
Yeah.
But then we have others where it's with working with real estate agents and doing videos of homes. That's more along the lines of maybe a product video, and then let's just stick with those two as the most.
Okay, which is okay. And the reason why that works is because now let's take a look at these values again. So we had here trust. What was the other one? Vision, courage. What was that last one? Was the last one empowerment? Was that it?
Yep.
Okay. So the value map here is, and this is the service bell. This is what you guys are actually providing. You're providing videos, content strategy. What that does is it reduces the anxiety of content creation and measuring the statistics, measuring the success maybe of the videos, knowing which one works, what doesn't. It improves brand awareness, product imaging. I'm going to put here, and this is probably not like content optimization. I'm pretty sure that there is some sort of definition that explains what optimizing the best content for the best platform, right? Maybe it's platform optimization. You know, some people don't realize or understand that you can't put everything on every platform, just spray it all over the place in the same way. You know, there are different ways to do it.
Yeah, it is actually content optimization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. You see. So
Yeah.
okay.
Because just
Now, go
like you
ahead.
said, you can't. Everything's not going to fit everywhere. And
Right.
then, oh my gosh, then there's different formats to every platform. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Right.
It is your content optimization because you can't
Okay.
always use the same voice on every platform.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Now and it could be tricky. That could be a service, or it could be something that's a booster. Something that
Yeah.
are like, this is what we really need. But for sure, people want their products to look pretty. They want
Yeah.
them to look
Definitely.
attractive. And this is what you're saying. We would make it look even more attractive for them to want. And then the other thing is they want it to be known. They want it to be seen. They want it to be recognized. And so we're gonna do these two things for you in scale. This one just might be an the optimization. That just might be another service, or like an actual another service
Oh,
that's
well,
being
actually, that goes into the strategy.
content strategy. Okay,
That really goes into the strategy. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, all right, now that we have this piece, we really could go into the second piece, which is the empathy map. I don't want to do that just yet. I want to see if anything kind of strikes you now. If you go back to the value proposition statement that talks about your product or service helps your target customer, who this is what they need or desire, by reducing a particular pain and increasing a particular benefit. So let's see here. Maybe we can copy and paste this. So we have our values. If I can just get to it. Okay. Now, I want us to look at the value prop statement based on what we're looking at right here. Let's see if we can kind of get it somewhere here underneath. And I might have to make it smaller.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Now that you well, actually, when you brought up, it can be a separate service. I guess it can be.
Okay.
We kind of bundle it all together because I guess you can just straight do content optimization. But I think that kind of would move into almost like where we really don't want to be. But I guess if someone would ask us specifically for that, but that's almost like, here, we'll make sure it's all optimized for all your platforms. Here it is. You can use it. Okay. So I guess that's why we kind of bundle it all into the strategy part of things. It's like, okay, we are optimizing this for all the different platforms, and here's how to use it. This is how we're going to move forward with it. So yeah, you can separate it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And that's what's great about this. It's so fluid.
Yeah.
Where, and this is how come we're hitting the value proposition statement again, even before the empathy map. There's so many ways to do this. Like some people, they take the value map, empathy map, hash it out, align it, then create the beautiful statement. But why not just do value map, work on the statement, realize, I really need to really figure out what my target customer really is. Cool. Empathy map, massage that. Put it back into the state, and just keep working it that way. So this is such a fluid process. So the way that we're doing it today is, let's take a look at it. So now that we have our products and our services, what would you say is this first piece right here? Our blank. What would you say? Our videos, our content strategy. Now we can do all of it, our content optimization, but I want you to now, in a sense, start articulating this while we're kind of working this through, and I'll just write it in. So you can put as many products in there as you want, or services. You can put one, you could put all three.
Well, I put our video marketing strategies.
Video marketing. Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to put that here, just so that we at least know that all of these based on what you said, fits in to that. If he had one word that you'd want to use. Okay. Helps blank. Okay, so who are your target customers?
Oh, now that is what we are actually still trying to hash out.
Okay.
Exactly who we want to work with.
Let's put a placeholder. Who
we can use
based
brands.
on the okay.
Yeah, we can use brands right now as a placeholder.
I think we can be a little bit more specific actually. And so let's help us do this. So your target customers based on who you've already been working with and you enjoyed working with. We're like, you know what? We would take 10 more of this type of customer. Who would they be?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's still quite broad.
Which is okay.
Yeah, man.
Work through the details here. So let's think about size. How big are they? Are they micro businesses? Are they mid-sized? Are they?
Yeah. Okay. So mid-size is where we typically like to hang out, only because a lot of times they're open to a lot more. And startups are open to a lot more.
And let's actually put a value to it. So I'm going to look up, I wrote this a long time ago. Let me see if I can find it, where I broke down the size based on like, so I used to do like brand identity costs back in the day, and I broke it down. So like a solopreneur, their annual revenue is between $100,000 to $500,000.
Okay.
Like, typical solopreneur. Small business is 500,000 to 1 million. This is annual now. Mid-sized businesses are 1 million to 250 million, and the enterprise is 250 million plus.
Yeah.
And so I set up costs, and usually it landed around maybe 25% of their annual revenue, something like that. So that, not even that. I think when I first started, I was like much smaller. It's probably like 5%, like it's really small, So based on that, what would you say? And that might be a little bit easier to, would you say the small business range, medium-sized business range? Like what would your enterprise maybe?
Oh man, enterprise would be amazing. They definitely had the budget. But let's say small and mid then.
Okay.
But and see that, and that's where and I don't want to say it's a conflict, but we do like working with that solopreneur, especially if they're like visionaries, kind of.
I hear the butt coming though.
There's no but. There actually isn't a but. We enjoy that. So we work with, and I keep bringing up real estate as examples, but we work with one real estate agent. When we sat down and just started talking to her about the different videos that we have done and what we would like to do with her based on based on our conversations, she was just like, yo, let's do all of it. So that's great. But that's where she was as far as how she really wanted to push her business. And then we worked with let's call them a quasi medium-sized business that they were trying to come up with commercials for their production company of plays production. And they were extremely specific on how they wanted to do things. Like extremely specific, to the point where it's just like, okay, so you pretty much just want us to come and film what you guys are doing, or you just want us to film the idea.
Yeah.
So it really depends.
Were you okay with that?
We were, because we actually liked the idea, the idea that they had. But yeah, sometimes that doesn't work so well because when we come in like, yo, we have this strategy, we have this, we have that. sometimes in those situations, there's going to be a butting of heads, a butting of ideas, and trust.
They need to trust you. They need to trust that you can come in and say, this is what it is. We're going to move forward with this particular idea.
Well, I mean, but let's look at that though, because if it's like, I need someone to film this.
Yeah.
Because when we were talking about how to promote it, that's when they were open to the ideas. Yeah, gotcha. They were like, okay, this is how we can do it. We're like, okay, let's do some short form. So they were open to that part of it. It's like, this is the idea. We've already they write and produce plays, so they already have an idea of how staging and how they want things to look.
Right. So
and now let's just make it happen. Yeah. So I mean, it really does go based on the project and on the company.
Okay.
Because we had go ahead.
So let's dial back. So what would you say is the ideal? Maybe let's not use the word ideal. Let's just say right now, based on your last 5,
okay,
what that looks like. So we're just building out a profile here. Let's say that they are medium size. That's cool. If they were small size, that's cool too. Now remember, we're using the size as revenue, not as the amount of people working there.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, naturally, if there are more employees, it's more likely that they're making more money because obviously they would have to be paying these people. But that's not always the case. That's what we're talking about. You can have a small boutique and they make a lot more, So, but we're doing it in the revenue category of revenue here. So, because in other words, I really just want us to kind of pinpoint, and it doesn't have to be set in stone. It won't be set in stone. Maybe it's the driven mid-sized real estate companies, or you can put a qualifier in the beginning. Something that's just ambitious, and that's so cliche. But what does that look like for Third Ave? Who are you trying to help? And I guess a good way to answer that is, who have you helped before?
Gosh. Yeah, man, we've been all over the map. Okay. We really have. We've been.
In another session, what we would end up doing is taking those, putting them on the map, and figuring out if there is an actual common thread. So we can't do that today. I mean, we could.
Yeah, but, no, that's gonna be something. Because like that. So really, that was something.
Gotcha. Right. So pick your favorite one, and then we'll just work with that one today, and try to be as specific as possible. Maybe 3 qualifiers. What kind of business? About
favorite one.
So think about like size. Think of, so what kind of customer is it? Use like maybe 3 words to describe what they are. So mid-size, maybe. So the size, maybe industry. And
well, you know what? The favorite one is actually a mindset. It's not really a size.
Hey, we can add that too.
And because that's what it is. It's really someone that sees the benefit first. That they see the benefit of what we're doing for their business first. And the second one is, they see and have a vision. I guess that kind of like goes along with that benefit, and that they are open to truly exploring what that looks like.
Okay.
That is where we always have our most fun, and it hasn't been a size. It's just that mindset.
So let's peg down though industry something, because now the mindset will kind of come here, right? What the need or their desire is.
Yeah.
So, but though,
I put that there.
Yeah, but this though is very specific. So if somebody says, "Oh, so who do you serve? Like, who do you?" and you say, "Well, we just have people who just see the vision, or businesses that see." They're
Yeah.
gonna be like, "I can't put in. I don't know what that is. I can't put any money behind that. You got to give me a sector. You got to give
Mhm.
me a. Are we dealing with micro? Are we dealing with
Man, that's
I know
that's
it is
that's
tough.
that's hard.
It is
Well, I
tough,
mean, yeah,
but
yeah, because like I mean, I think we even like talked about this, once
Mhm,
before,
mhm.
trying to come down because I personally have industries that I like doing things for, but that's just because I like there's an attraction to that industry,
So let's just use
automotive.
let's just
Go
use
ahead.
one right now to plug it in. We help blank
Let's let's let's
companies, and then
let's
we'll
let's let's go with something different so that I don't keep using real estate. Let's use automotive industry.
we use. Oh, sorry.
No.
Video marketing strategy helps automotive companies to who, and it's really it would be like I'm gonna put here executives. That way we can keep the word who. What do they need? What do these automotive executives need?
What do they
Automotive
need?
CMOs. How about that?
All right.
What do they typically need or desire? Who envision, what did you say before? Like they have a particular vision, who envision
Uh, who envision?
quality. I don't know.
Advertising?
Yeah, we're just gonna try to hit this
Yeah, that's good. Who envision quality advertising?
by reducing the anxiety of content creation. My T's get stuck, man. Speaking of MacBook keyboards, apparently they had a broadcast today. I haven't checked it out yet. I don't know if you.
Yeah, man, that new
Yeah, what was
introducing.
it? What are they
They're
introducing?
introducing they're moving away from the Intel chip and moving
Oh,
into
the
their own
silicone.
ARM
Yeah,
something chip.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I think eventually the silicon, because I think it's already in the
Hmm.
iPad Pro. I think I'm not sure, but I think that they're gonna eventually one day. I said this years ago, but yeah, I think a lot of people did. Eventually, the iPad is going to be just as powerful as a MacBook, and it's going to look very much the same. Like they're moving into
Oh
the
man.
tablet realm, like a Microsoft Surface. I think that's probably what it'll be. I don't know, and increasing
Maybe.
product image. This is so rough, but that's okay. We have to start somewhere. And brand awareness. So
Hmm.
our video marketing strategy helps automotive CMOs who envision quality advertising, or maybe it's not envision, maybe it's, respect, maybe it's of who knows, but you massage that by reducing the anxiety of content creation and I should say here, and increasing product image quality and brand awareness. This is a rough start, but
Hmm.
now that you have this, you want to now find a way to infuse the values of trust, empowerment, vision, and what was the last one? Courage.
Courage.
Does it sound courageous? Not yet. Does it sound empowering? Textbook. Is there trust here? Perhaps not quite, but I think it's a start.
Hmm.
What we're gonna do next in our next session is what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the empathy map. I think that's going to help you to really dive deep, because your empathy map does a few things. It talks about what are you what the jobs to be done are. So it's like, if it's an automotive CMO, you got to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
If it's
Definitely.
real estate, you got, and it's got to be very specific. And that's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
So you might have multiple empathy maps. So your homework, your job is going to be to figure out which one empathy map do we want to work on. So it's going to be that list. And then you're going to talk about the things that they enjoy about it, like the stuff that they enjoy, and then the stuff that they hate. So it's going to kind of look like, let's see here. And usually we do this. Yeah, it's going to have
that looks good. I'm excited to actually put one of those together. That makes it look like I did a lot of work. If we can fill it out the same way it looked like on those 2 pages, that was good. That was good.
So the value map piece actually is supposed to, and it works best when you do have a lot of Post-its, and because you don't feel as if everything is written in stone. So like what I wrote here, like the anxiety of content creation and measuring success, you'd have just different, and that's the whole goal. The whole goal is, and that's why we love Post-it notes, is just quick, fast, and then you can always lift it up and throw it away or put it somewhere else. So this is not set in stone. As a matter of fact, we would be refining this value map again and again, or adding more on it, adding more, and putting it on there. So that way you continue to refine your value statement. That is your value proposition statement. Okay. Any thoughts? What do you think?
Oh man, this is like great. Like really like the whole thing. This is good. Because narrowing things down, and you know what? I'm happy we're doing this right now. Moving into the last little bit of time we have left in this year, so that, you know, moving into next year, this groundwork or this pre-work is already like done. Kind of like go into the next year, kind of running. Man, I do want to narrow things down as far as industries a bit.
Okay,
a bit, because in what we do, we're always gonna, you know, we're gonna have different referrals. You know, especially once you deal with certain people on that food chain in the organization, they're going to talk to other people. So you know, different referrals are going to come from other places, but having that define, you know, this is our wheelhouse. This is where we are. This is where we work. Yeah, man, we definitely need this.
And I'm going to suggest getting into 2021. It's tough. It's hard to do. It's daunting. But I say this, and I guess I have to share it first, because I got to work on my sharing thing. You got to choose one. As a matter of fact, you got to choose one and figure out whether or not that's going to be a vertical or a horizontal.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, for those of you that don't know what a vertical or horizontal is, and I don't even know how this got in there, just so weird.
It looked like it carried over from
right. Your verticals is healthcare. That's a vertical. You've got auto. You've got help me out here, Brian. You've got IT, and even that's still broad. You've got, what are some other verticals? I don't know. You got furniture. Yeah, furniture. Yeah, home furniture. That's a vertical, right? Home furnishings. You know, yeah. You know, people sell furniture.
Yeah.
Industry. I don't know the industry. NAIC code, or the CS, or the what do they call it, the NAICS or the SIC, SIC, or the NAICS. But there's a store for that, right? So there's got to be since we're talking about lighting, I don't know. I'm just talking, so guys, this is your verticals, right? Where you would choose one sector or one, and under health, there's so many different things, right? You've got tech in health, you've got, hospitals, whatever it is. Now your horizontal, and this is where I think you guys might be, but you have to be very specific in the horizontal. It cuts through it cuts through all of the verticals with a few particular qualities. And that's what your vertical. So this is your vertical. Oh, I got to learn how to draw straight lines. And this is your, if I turn my head and I can write sideways, there is a vertical. Oh, that'll work. And now we have here where like maybe you only work in the tech, IT tech, because it's the same thing. Like that's a horizontal, like, and maybe that tech is point of sales. Guys, like this is, I'm being very specific for a very particular. So now you have tech, but now you have point of sales. And the point of sale. So keep this in mind, guys. I'm not just talking to Brian here. And then look, the point of sales, maybe it's mobile. So you're only dealing with the mobile capability for any customer to be able to, or any client to be able to make sales by using their phone or by using their tablet. That's a vertical, because you can find a space in any or most or more than one. It doesn't have to be every single one, but in multiple markets, you can have they have particular qualities, or maybe it's a particular demographic where we're only dealing with companies that have the size that are mid-sized companies. That are that make commercials. So it's terrible horizontal, but but it cuts through the entire thing.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about here. Okay. So my challenge for 2021 is that you put the one in 2021 to use.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be rough.
It is rough. Let me tell you what
that's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be daunting for you, because as a creative, it feels very constraining. But you know what? If we want to make money, that's exactly what we have to do. So let me tell you what mine is. So it's actually two. It is, as I said, find your one, right? It's two. Wait, hold on. Hold on. What I mean, standard is so okay. So my MBA is in healthcare, right? So my vertical is healthcare, but in healthcare, I've drilled all the way down to M Health, right? So it's mobile health technology that deals with online appointment scheduling. It is ridiculously specific. I have not done anything in the online appointment scheduling realm yet. That's how come I have to. The reason why I say that is because what cuts across not just M Health is brand storytelling, user experience, but specifically customer journey mapping. And what's the last one? There are three. Like I have three very specific things that you can do in every market. My thing, though, is to focus in healthcare with those three things.
Gotcha.
I really think that in the healthcare market, they don't really tell stories that well. When was the last time you've seen like a science-based story that's not voiced over by Morgan Freeman or someone, like those are the science ones. But what about like the regular day-to-day, insurance providers? Like there's stories there too, but I think they're just trapped away, locked up in some journal that's peer reviewed that nobody looks at. So storytelling is definitely key. Customer journey mapping is another one, because that deals with user research, UX design. And then, okay, you know what? I'm scared to say the third one is design systems. I'm working on that one, but it's the consistency. So the consistency of our branding and all of that. So the whole point is this. I've got my vertical. I mean, I got my horizontal, but I
Mhm.
also have my vertical.
Yeah.
And I think that
Ugh.
sometimes it can get very specific and sometimes it's too much, but it's easy for me. I got a referral recently that somebody referred to me, and I only got them, and they're in healthcare.
Mhm.
Like they are a healthcare related prospect. It works.
Yeah.
I also got
Yeah.
a lead on like doing a product review, but the product review was in design, like an actual, design product. Like that is,
Okay, cool.
yeah, very specific, right? So,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
I was in the horizontal, because I can actually write about that,
Yeah.
but it wasn't in healthcare, which is okay. And that's what I'm saying. You got to find your one. Okay. So
Yeah. That's going to be rough because
yeah.
we do like working with a couple, like going, like our go-to
Mhm.
uh, real estate. Um, and as far as products, we
Mhm.
have not had one product that we just don't enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Um, we haven't had any in the automotive industry, but we have, just done our own
Mm.
like passion projects with it, and we enjoyed that.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be rough. We might have to go like a vertical route.
Okay.
We might. I'm sorry, a horizontal route. We might.
Horizontal. That's
We
fine.
might. We might. We might.
When you do horizontal, just stick to your
Yeah. We
three,
got. Yeah. Yeah.
stick to, where is it? Hold on. Let me go back to where we are. Oh wow, what happened? Oh
Headache.
man. This is
Oh,
like,
it's overlaying.
yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
just it's Microsoft RAM. Well, there's that. It's a hot mess
Yeah.
right now. So
Yeah. Man.
stick to those three. The video marketing strategy, which is videos, content strategy, and then the content optimization. And I'll be honest, like I think that's if you become aggressive with like the one or two services that's across all of it, then it significantly reduces the leads that aren't qualified. You know, you really want to be able to hone in, and here's the other thing too. You can then charge more because you specialize in a very particular field.
Specialized.
Like
Yeah.
if, let's say, you said we're a video production company, but or not, let's say you're like, we're video analytics in the video production company, so we will take your videos. We ain't gonna produce nothing for you. You got to find somebody else to do that. And when you find somebody
Yeah.
else to do that, then you come to us. We will sit down, crunch all the numbers, and then tell you where you need to put this particular video where.
Mm-hmm.
That is all we do. We will not touch a camera. We will not hit Photoshop. We just do numbers. And I'm pretty sure there is somewhere out
Oh
there in the
yeah.
world where that's all
All they do.
they. And so that's where you got to go. And
Yeah.
that's my thing. Finding the one and going aggressively there. So yeah, that's that is. And so let me like give you now from my perspective
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
taking of my own medicine. Do you remember I was going to just redo my entire website? I'm
Yep.
not going to do that. I'm not going to do the whole thing over. I'm just going to refine the horizontals within the vertical that I've chosen.
Okay. Okay.
So that way it can still be okay. He focuses in healthcare with these specific services. However, if somebody from another industry says, hey, can you da 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 da, they'll know that this is the focus. But if you want me to go out of here, first of all, it's probably going to cost you more. And second of all, you're expecting that the approach that I'm going to be taking is based on the healthcare capacity that that I've worked in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
like so the expectation, the brand is M Health, like mobile in healthcare. But if you're like a tablet company, then you just know that you have decided to have somebody who does healthcare work to actually help you with your tablet company, and you're okay with that. You know, that's a very extreme example, but that's the whole point. You know, so I have chosen to not. You know, now if you see my website looking totally different tomorrow, then we're just gonna have another. But the point is, I said, you know, I'm not gonna throw away the whole thing. Let's try to have a meeting of the minds, or you know, maybe I don't change anything at all. Maybe I just change the words. You know, but the point is, you got to keep the brand equity. Like right now, getting people, you know, who are healthcare related. That works, and they're found like that's in my wheelhouse right now.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to be able to do. Third Ave, when they hear Third Ave, they should be able to say, "Oh yeah, that's the video company that does blank for blank."
Yep. Yeah.
So right now, when they hear the Bartley Group, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's the healthcare dude, UX in healthcare." That's like the easiest way to explain what I do. You know, even though stuff like this, and this is where it gets a little slippery, right? Because you're not a healthcare company, but what we're talking about is strategy. Third thing I didn't realize, it's either branding, strategy, or storytelling. It's really, or UX, I should say. I too have to refine my own elevator pitch. Things, and that's really it. You know, so,
hey man, this is iron sharpening iron, man.
That's it. So listen, guys, I hope that you found this one beneficial. We're going to continue working this out. Now, we already know, and if you don't know, then I need you to let him know. But we already know that Brian is going to be doing this with or without the you know, he's going to be working this out. Where can they find you, Brian? Where can they get your information? And as a matter of fact, I will probably share the screen. My new word has been janky. Look at this.
Got to use Jamboard, man.
Yeah, you know, but Jamboard, Jamboard is, you can't really move around the Jamboard. You got to only set like, you know, space. And then when the space is filled, you got to create another space. You know,
oh man, you can even have spaces already pre-made for you, man, and you can.
I know, just like Christo.
Man, just like Christo, Everybody favorite bald Asian.
I know. So where can they reach you, man?
So if you're looking for the company and what we do, you're going to go to thirdavenue.studio. And that's where you're going to find what we do, how we've helped other companies, and who we've helped. If you just want to check up on me, you're going to It's Just Ted, and that's across all platforms except for Twitter, which I don't really use, so don't even worry about it. But it's Just Ted across all platforms. And if you must go to Twitter, it's Just Ted with 2 D's. But that's it. That's me. That's where you can find me.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Third Avenue Studio. It's Just Ted. Listen, guys, reach out to you know, y'all will know him as Brian. I mean, I know him as Brian.
Yes.
You probably know as Ted or Theodore. But reach out, man. Reach out to Ted. That sounds so weird. Reach out.
But no, man, reach out, man.
Yeah,
we love doing this stuff. So
yeah. Third Ave Studio, thirdav.studio. It's Just Ted. Listen, Brian, it was good to see you. It was good to have you, man. And until the next one, keep on sketching. I just made that up. Sketch, but it sounded great.
Hey, you got to find that sound off. I'm trying to get one from my podcast, and I'm sending them like they're terrible right now.
Listen, in the brandable minute thing. So now I'm like, you know, I'm what is it? I'm with it for I'm coming with it with the next brandable minute. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see y'all later.